kings and queens, boos, and all of yous. Welcome back to another edition of their POV with Nick and King, where all points of view are welcome, but some may get the side eye. As you can see, I am rolling solo just for a moment because King is not here today, but he will be back next time. However, I have your favorite family members, the cousins are in the building. We have Mr. Shawn Reese. Reese, what's up, Reese?
What's up, Nick? How you doing, baby?
I'm amazing. Thank you, love. Coley Cole.
What up, boo?
Hi, baby.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How my babies doing? How y'all doing, fam?
We doing just fine.
Well, what we like to do, is y'all already know, is give a really quick synopsis of how our weekends were before we just jump all up into the topics. While we're doing that, thank y'all for tuning in. I see y'all coming in. So hello. Please say something to us in the comments so we know who you are and that you are watching. With that being said, Nicole, you're going to go last because you're going to hurt our feelings with the feast y'all had. Reese, how's your weekend been, baby?
It started off pretty good, but then I'm being grown, trying to eat stuff I don't supposed to, and joints flared up, and I couldn't walk last night, hollering and crying. But it's better today. And when you say you don't have to do the show, it hurt my feelings. I like, nah, I got to come on here now. So
no, I was not trying to hurt your feelings.
I cut my leg.
To be understanding.
I cut my leg off, so I'm here. I'm bleeding to death, but I'm here.
Why you lying?
Nah, but I'm
doing.
You
are here. Could not do it without you, love.
I'm doing a lot better. Love it.
Good.
What's going on?
Loretta said, "Hey, you guys."
Hi, boo. That's my baby sis. Thanks for the support, boo.
Hey, Loretta, do me a favor, baby, and share. And tag some people in your share, boo. You are so sweet. We're doing that every week. Thank you, love. All right,
Thank you.
Going on and briefly break our heart. Tell us about your weekend, about the
child. Let's see. This week,
so if she goes to sleep, y'all gonna know why.
Saturday, I just chilled out, spent time, of course, with the grandmother. I've been on back and forth on the road, went to support some family. A nephew, Braylon, he played ball. But then today went to my auntie house, and she had a buffet. And if anybody in Richmond County, no, Paulette Ingram, no, she threw that. She had the pig feet and roast and gravy and rice, fried chicken, fresh fried chicken, collard greens, cabbage, baked macaroni. She just did her thing.
It ain't right. It's not. We don't even want to hear that no more.
But if you're in Richmond County on Sunday, she sell plates. So $10, you can't beat it.
That's every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Shout out to the auntie with the cafe buffet.
Yes.
Plate. Holla at Reese and Nicole so they can tell y'all how to go get y'all plate. Y'all ready to hit this?
We're ready.
We ready.
Y'all, I done got so many messages just from the promo. So we're gonna give the people what they want to hear today. Y'all gotta excuse me because my camera and my tripod is tripping. Y'all see, I did the 90s B-girl today. I did throwback. Can y'all tell? It's very 90s B-girlish. I'm in a girl group from the 90s.
Need the bamboo earrings, boo.
You know what? I had some and they broke.
Oh.
Thank you for calling that out. I got a little studs in, but yeah. Anyway, let's get on these topics, y'all. So today, I tell you what, we're gonna do AJ first. You wanna do AJ first? We're gonna do AJ first. So Nicole sent me a video. Some of y'all may or may not know AJ Johnson. Shireen from House Party. And if you watch Life Therapy on TV One, from Life Therapy,
baby boy.
Oh Lord,
can't forget the baby boy.
That was my movie. I ain't gonna say why, but so she did an interview and they were talking about all kind of various, women topics, grown folks topics, and the topic of it being taboo when a woman is with two men, whether it is sexually or in a relationship or in a marriage. We're going to be talking about poly marriages in just a little bit. And she actually admitted that for her 50th birthday, that was one of the gifts she got. And she's not sure she would do it again, but it was for that moment. So I watched the entire interview. It was intriguing to me because we all kind of have these behind the door conversations, and we wonder, could we, should we? But I started thinking about how taboo it is here in the U.S. for a woman to be with two men. Period. I saw something recently where a woman was in a poly marriage. She had two husbands and a boyfriend, so it was four of them. And the responses in those comments was so different from when a
Right.
man has multiple wives. And what's
Right.
so crazy is we make it such a taboo subject, but when you read your Bible, it was poly marriages in there, like those men in the Old Testament. Shoot, Solomon had a gang of them. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about that. Why is it, first of all, do y'all think, why is it so taboo when you're talking about a woman and two men versus a man with multiple women? Whoever wants to take it first can take it first.
I think, okay, so I think the thing is the homosexual thing with men.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be looked at funny. But with so they have like multiple women. But as far as a woman, honestly, I don't know. I just can't do it. Like, okay, so when I first seen the video, automatically I was like, she crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know personally, let me put it out there. I don't want a threesome with nobody.
Okay.
But I'm like, I looked at it because I'm like, she did for her 50th. Now I got a lot of things on my bucket list that I want to do before I turn 50. Threesome is not it. But some women are a lot freer than other women.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them feel like I'm only going to do it with this one person. But I don't know. I have a stand. And I ain't trying to put my business out there for the world to hear, but it's only a certain limit that I will go to to satisfy myself. I ain't even at the point. I ain't thinking about him. I'm talking about me. I know how far I'm gonna go. So yeah, I don't.
Well, let's take it away from a threesome and talk about just poly relationships. Could you see yourself in a relationship with yourself, or a marriage, I should say, with yourself and two husbands?
No. Okay, so okay. I'm not gonna say no because when I was younger,
mm-hmm.
they didn't know about each other, but I dated several. I dated two different dudes. Like I was
I'm
that.
gonna say it's funny that you would say I dated because that's different. And they actually talked about that, remember, in the interview. Dating is something totally different. Marriage.
See,
you
no,
and you married to two other husbands.
No. See, that's okay. That's because of the way that I have been taught.
Okay.
So that comes back to that. You know what I'm saying? If I hadn't been taught like you be with one person and one person only, that's why I said when I get married, I'm gonna only go get married at one time. So when the person say, hey, we're gonna do this, we just gonna do it one time.
Right.
Dude, I don't care. You decide you gonna pack up and leave. I ain't signing no papers. You stuck with me for life. Trust me on that one. But yeah, not like dating. Yeah, I did. I had one Monday through Thursday, and I had one on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Now I'm gonna come back to that. Hold on to that because some poly marriages actually do it like that because not all of them sleep in the same bed like some people think. There are separate homes for each wife and family.
Right.
So some do get specific days. So we'll come back to that. So put a pin and don't forget it. Reese, jump in here. What are your thoughts?
I just think it's been so acceptable over time when you look back to medieval times, kings having more than one wife, multiple women around him. It just became more acceptable in a society versus a woman having more than two or three men. So even when you look at shows today, Ray J for one, Flavor Flav, and all these other ones, you see all these women around this one man, and you see them sleeping together. not till lately when you came up with the Bachelorette that, you know, you have this one woman looking at all these guys that it start becoming, you know, mixed. So I think it was a more of a masculine thing back then to have that man to have more than one woman and look at him like, oh yeah, he's a man. He got all these women
Right.
versus a woman. Oh, she a hoe, she a prostitute.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. But it's not looked at after that because that was forbidden upon for a woman to be with more than one man. So today in society, I think is becoming, I'm not saying more acceptable. It's not as looked, I don't think it's looked down upon as much if a woman does sleep with two guys, because now she's not she's a freak now. Oh, let me holler at her. What she now is not, oh, she ain't nothing, she a hoe and this. Now everybody like, oh, she what's her number? You know, trying to get with her because now she's a freaky type. So it's becoming more mixed and people becoming more open-minded with their bodies and different things like that. So now it's an experiment.
Because I think like a lot of women did it behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? You know the saying, a woman can cheat better than a man. It's because the man will go out and broadcast, yeah, I got her, or like if so if I don't like this little word, but I'm gonna use it, sneaky link or whatever. If he see her with another dude, his feelings are gonna show outward. As far as a woman, she's gonna internally and be like, yo, I ain't rocking with you no more. Because like, again, when in my day, when I didn't care and I was young, so let me put that disclaimer out there for anybody want to come to the inbox thinking I'm wild. It was, they didn't know about each other, but they were in the deep, you know what I'm saying? They be the secret text. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody know.
But that's not the same thing though.
But see, this is what I'm saying. When, okay, so I'm gonna use me because I can only talk about me. With me, I was in a whole relationship, but I had another guy on the side. As long as he knew to play his part, you would have never known. You would have been like, oh, Nicole was she's so faithful. That's why in a lot of marriages it's like that. A lot of marriages like that.
But I think the question is not having multiple people that you date, but being with more than one person at the same time, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying marriages, but marriages are like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, two people in the same. You got three people in the same bed. Not if you married and you go to this person's house and that person's house. We talking about everybody in the same bed.
Some of those marriages are like that. Like the dude that's on TLC, he has 5 wives,
right?
And they all in different houses. They're not in the same houses. They're not in the same house, but he can get up and go to whoever house he decides he want to go to and lay up with her. You see what I'm saying? So now it's getting, because again, social media, television, everything is getting so normalized that now everybody is saying, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna come out and hey, it's my business.
Right. Now, what I want to say is, though, plural marriages have been around since back in the Bible days. It's nothing new. Absolutely nothing new under the sun, right? I think because of this westernized culture and it being deemed as something taboo, that's why you can have a show like Sister Wives that got people like me that will tune in and watch it. But truth be told, it's a lot of people like, we've been doing that. I mean, it's nothing new. It's like certain religions that actually everybody that's a part of that particular religion does it. You can go into some other countries right now, other cultures right now, they still do it. Again, it's even in the Word of God. So it's not a taboo thing. We make it taboo. So those people that are in these plural marriages, however, and the thing is there's no one set rule. Right. I think there was a universal one at one time, because in my studies about it, the rule in some cultures is you have to be able to take care of every wife that you take on. Right. You have to be able to do it. I was tripping out though when I found out in some African countries though there are women that have multiple husbands. But here not only is the plural thing taboo, but again, it's the woman having more than one husband. And for those that don't want to do the marriage, they actually have more than one boyfriend, but it's not a sneaky link. And it's not a the men are sleeping together. In some situations it is. It's we all know that I'm husband number one, I'm husband number two.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna get y'all comments in just a second. So the question is can you see yourself having a, as she answers as I ask. Okay, so Reese, you didn't answer the question. What about you?
Say that
Did you see yourself if your wife was over? What did he say?
Say that again. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can you see yourself if that's something that you and your wife decided like she was okay with it? Would you want to? Could you see yourself, or would you want to have a plural marriage? Okay, while you think, let me hit the comments real quick. Keep thinking, though. I'm coming to you next. Loretta said on the first thing that she was just trying to live her best life. Some women can't get it all from one guy. Hey, sissy. Pam says, hey, y'all.
Hey.
All righty. So you've had a moment to think, Reese.
I think the crazy side of me would say yes, but
Okay.
I think I don't. But in actuality, I don't think I would want to do that because I would want to be with one woman and
I'll
just
be confused.
Yeah, just to be satisfied to make us work. But I think I'm not gonna say every man because I can't speak for every man, but I think every man would think about, okay, multiple women, sleeping with multiple women, having two women at one time, this one better than that. But I think if you have a woman that's a total package and she satisfies you wouldn't need nobody else.
Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. I'm gonna give it from the opinion of someone that has been asked. And I don't know what it was about 2020 and 2021, especially 2021. No, especially 2020. But in 2020 and 2021, I was asked by more than one person, I will say that, about thinking, would I consider, I'm trying to ask you without putting everything out there. Would I consider being in their marriage?
Triangle.
Right? and not as a sneaky link or not as a side, but as an additional wife. My best friend on here, she know, because I tell everything. So, and I was shocked at the amount of people that were asking. I'm like, and it was Black folks. Okay, they ain't just one or two of y'all, there's several of y'all. And in talking to each one that actually asked, there is a whole certain mindset that each one of them had. There were certain reasons that each one of them had for it. And it wasn't initially like you were saying, Shawn, with, man, I got two women in the same bed. Some of them didn't even want that. They wanted the separate house like the sister wives. I want one wife per house. And they were assigned specific days, right? So if you take out the everybody thinking it's a free-for-all freak show and look at it as a marriage that's actually set up, there were certain expectations, missions, and everything for these. And regardless of all of that, for me was, could I see myself doing it? Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I've watched shows like Sister Wives and other shows throughout the years, and I've been, could I do that? Could I see myself doing it? And I always come back to no, because I don't want to share. But the biggest thing for me by someone that was asking when they said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the other one, Sunday we all come together. And I said, but what if it's not my
Alexander
day?
O'Neal.
Hold on, listen. What if it's not my day, but I need you? What if it's not my day and I need to be held, or I want to be made love to, or I need to be prayed over? It's something going on. I gotta wait till it's my. And I was like, could I do that? I don't want to do it.
Your position.
I don't want to do it. Because here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it real. Here was the question that I asked anybody that asked me. So on days when it's not my day, I can go out on dates and call other people, right? When I'm lonely. And the answer was, I can't say the answer, but it was like no. Adamantly, thank you. And some other stuff. Adamantly, no. And I was like, well, how that work? right?
We
Because
consider
one
Joy
of the
get your
reasons why
boyfriend.
people get into it is they want different things from different people, right?
Mhm.
And get it multiply. So I gotta be satisfied with just one person, and on my day, I
No, you reach into the drawer and get your boyfriend.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, like,
no.
let
Go
me tell
ahead.
you, I don't, I, I have an attention problem. I'm gonna, and that you will lose my attention because one, I set myself up to be a priority. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been asked,
Say that
like
again, Nicole, for the people in the back.
I, I, I gotta be your priority. If I'm not a priority, I can't be with you. Like I can't. I will throw a whole tantrum like a kid. Like pissed off is not the word. I'm gonna be like, you'll be like,
Pal, you
babe,
got over there hollering. Go ahead.
yeah, like I cannot. So when I've been approached about a threesome, and I'm like, no, what? Okay, and I'm not judging nobody's life. One, I think it's nasty, but two, but my attention will be off because I'm be like, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to concentrate on you? Or am I supposed to... So a relationship, just imagine how that's gonna be. And then two, I get along with some women. I ain't gonna say I don't get along with all women, but I don't get along with women. And I don't get along with women that sharing and say, I gotta share the same man with you. Because God said, be fruitful and multiply. So therefore you go get your own.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When and just hypothetically speaking, when you do things like that, it's an open-minded thing. It's not that you're sitting here trying to concentrate on this person and that person. When you go into it, it's like, okay, I have an open mind. Just like if it was two guys and a girl, if I touch him, I'm not gay. If something happens, okay, I know to move away just because we don't get no wrong understanding. But like I said, you got to have a complete open mind.
That's what I'm saying. My attention span ain't that wide for me to. I'll be like, wait,
yeah,
because I'm gonna be selfish because I'm gonna be. Yeah, you spend too much time. It's too much, and not only that, if you go spiritual, like,
Hold on, Nicole. Let him finish his thought.
But no, I'm just saying, like, if you go spiritual, let me say this real quick before I forget. If you go spiritual, like I've always been taught, like, just imagine. I mean, I'm not trying to get graphic, but you know, when you have sex with one person, their spirits go into you. So just imagine, not only just physical but mental, because he gonna tell you or she gonna tell you some things that make you think about some things.
But what's the difference when you going from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with these boyfriends?
That was the old me. I ain't knowing better.
That's a good question, Riz.
But I'm just saying, you're talking about Monday through Sunday, 7 different spirits going into you. So
right.
But I'm saying, when I'm saying you got that open mind, that one day that you do it, okay, this is the one time because it's his birthday or her birthday, and this is the one time they want to do it. We're not doing it no more. This is it. That's that one time. But you're doing it 7 days a week with 7 different people.
That part.
So that's 7 different demons or spirits or whatever you want to have.
No. Okay.
Hold on, Nicole. Okay. Carlita says it's too much work. It's tough with one. Couldn't do extra, and I don't share anyway. Pam says the devil is a lie and is and was a lie, not my BFF. And Loretta is laughing. And Pam says still not having it. Okay.
Right. Like okay, so like it was just 2 guys. Like, first of all, I had to deal with Nicole first. You know what I'm saying? Before I was like, this is not normal. Like I used to ask myself, like, what the heck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I was caught up in the secrecy. Now, I love the secrecy. Yeah. It was because it was spontaneous. It really was. It was so spontaneous that neither one of them knew about each other. But I had to deal with myself first and come to grips with Nicole, because one, not only how I was raised, but two, it don't look good. Two,
so have you ever left one and went to another one?
Oh no. Don't play that one.
No,
you on the same day?
No, like you left one, say, like you say, on Sunday, and you see another one on Monday.
No, it was only 2 people. Like, I ain't have 7 different dudes. I know.
Oh, well, you said you had one Monday through
No,
Sunday.
like he was like my Monday through Thursday. I had one dude that we lived together, and I'm telling my business, so he might be watching, but I don't care. We lived together, and then when Friday came, I picked the fight, so I go do what I want to do, and I already knew what I was going to do.
So what's the difference? You went from Thursday to Friday with somebody else.
Look, I ain't sleep with the dude every day.
So what I'm gonna do is move the conversation back to polymarriage.
Right.
We're not gonna critique her sneaky link days. So back to the marriage part. The one of the things that I've noticed in watching Sister Wives is there has been a huge breakdown in their family structure. Right. It's gotten to the point where so when COVID hit, the husband, Cody, had asked, well, he had said rules. He didn't really ask, but he said these rules that nobody outside of the people that lived in that house needed to be visiting. And if there were their adult children in the home, but they were interacting with other people, he didn't go visit because he didn't want to contract it and he didn't want to take it to the other families. So it was getting to the point where whatever strains and issues were there multiplied, and you set a rule, but you staying at one wife's house and the other four wives, like, so we can't live our lives. Excuse me. And watching that, I was thinking, see, it's those type of issues that may end up coming up. It may not be that specific issue, but the issues within themselves. Now, I know there are some that are very successful, especially when there's like a sisterhood between the women. There's a lot of communication between the husband and the wives. I get that. But for me, Nikki, every time I think about it, I'm like, but what happens on the times that it's not my day? And I have to keep obeying whatever the rule or agreement is. What happens with the loneliness? Like, I've been listening to these women talk. It's a lot of stuff that they held inside that they are now voicing that's coming to the surface. And I think one of them is divorcing them. Yeah. One of them, he hadn't talked to her in months and didn't plan on seeing her. I was like, see, that's a lot. It's a lot. And again, I don't like to share, but past the share, what happens when I need you? So what do y'all think about that? Like, how do y'all feel?
So do you think that part plays a big part in self-esteem? Because if you there waiting on a man and he's telling you, "Are you gonna be my Wednesday and I'll see you next Wednesday," and you sit there and settle for that, then he go months without seeing you, is that a self-issue thing? Because there's no way I'm sitting here waiting on you knowing that you telling me that you're gonna be my Wednesday, but I don't see you for 2 months and you sitting there waiting.
I don't know initially if it's a self-esteem issue, because remember, this is agreement. This is we enter this into, it's an agreement. Right. So everybody knows going in. I do think at some point, because one of the issues was that one particular wife that he would stay at, he was like, but she following the rules. And they but they felt like, we have adult children. And he was like, well, make the adult children follow these rules. But you can't. Those adult children got to still go to work. They still got to interact with the world. So you're not spending time with me and the kids, because those are all his children in each house. But you over there. So I would think at some point, maybe if it was Nicole and I may feel a bit of some jealousy toward her, because she's getting all of the man's time and attention. And his reasoning is, well, she obeying. She listening to what I say. I would feel some kind of way. I don't know if it's self-esteem, but it would definitely hurt. It would probably definitely hurt.
Like with my situation, mine was a self-esteem thing. It was, I had the I don't care attitude. So I didn't care who I hurt, even down to myself. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I got a boost off of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Here you got two guys that want you. Like, I had the dude that was in secrecy. Like, I'm telling you, if it was just crazy how we would like text each other. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on no relationship type thing, because I didn't want a relationship with him. It was just the thrill of it. Mm-hmm. It was, as they say, like, men think, and I'm just speaking, but the men get thrilled, like, I got multiple women. You know what I'm saying? So me, it was like I had a I don't care attitude. I didn't care who I hurt. Even when it came to me, I didn't care. I didn't care that I was putting myself in harm's way.
Right.
So yeah,
I just wanted to reply to Miss Jones where she said, I don't understand because I'm a man. I do understand because I have feelings. And I'm not saying that is right. Only thing I'm saying, a man is his ego and everything. A woman will have more feelings and fall for a man and put her feelings into it. Now, a man, if he can go, and not every man, because me, I'm not trying to see one and two women at the same time. That one woman that I want, that's the one I'm putting my time into. So it's not every man, and not that I don't understand. I do understand because a woman is more to fall in love because she'll tell you right quick, I'm not coming here for no games. If you're gonna play with me, keep it moving. A guy can come in, hey, we can kick it a little bit. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do, but we can hang out. And 90% of the time, you're gonna get a woman that's looking for a relationship and somebody that's gonna be faithful versus a guy that's doing it. But not, like I said, not every guy is gonna go into that thinking like that. So I do understand a woman's point of view where she wants that person that if that man's gonna say he's gonna love her and protect her, and she like, you know what? Well, I just settle for this for right now. It's gonna get better because I can work on him and I'll become number one. But the whole time he's like thinking, no, you're gonna stay number three because I have number one.
Right. So I will say, then I have a question specifically for you, Reese, as a man. One of the guys that was trying to offer me that situation, his was more sex driven than it was relationship or building, or we can all do this thing together. It was sex driven. Like, he really loved sex. And his thing was, instead of having a wife and I'm out there cheating out there in the streets, give me some sneaky links, I would rather just tell her that I have no intention of being monogamous. I want a poly situation. I don't want any more than 3 of us all together, but I need to have another woman. The other one, it wasn't that. It wasn't sex driven. It was more building. And then the other, I tell y'all, it was a lot.
Not judging.
Hey, I mean, I can't control who like me, but the other one, his was a mixture of the two. But it seemed like it may have been a little bit more ego driven, because I asked, so where does it come from and why? And it was more ego driven. And because it was so ego driven, it reminded me of the one that it was more sex driven. I know for a fact, knowing me, those would present problems for me, because your ego gonna end up saying something that's gonna have me and my feelings about myself, and your sex drive, because that's what it was. That led, your sex led. Something's gonna happen where either she does something a little bit better than me, or maybe it's one of those situations where it's that woman time, and whatever it is, that you end up doing or saying something that would cause me to feel a certain way. And because I'm going to protect me, I was like, that wouldn't work with it. It just wouldn't work with you. Here's my question to you, Reese. I'm going to flip this back to the original question. A woman and 2 men, would it be an ego thing for you, or would it be a self-esteem thing for you if it would say you and your wife had 2 husbands and you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? On those other days when she wasn't with you, how do you think that would make you feel?
Oh, I wouldn't like it at all. I'm not doing that because
Pam said, thank you for explaining your point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. As a man, like I say, you thinking about most men, when it's like a man that has an ex-girlfriend, he don't want to see her with nobody else because he thinking, okay, I know what she does and I don't want nobody else to have that. So when I'm a man and I'm thinking, okay, my wife getting ready to go sleep with these 2 other men, what they doing that I'm not doing, that they have to satisfy her. So when she come back to me the whole time, I'm thinking, well, damn, if she got to have them, what she need me for? And so now I'm mad and I'm pissed off, and now I'm following her around town, getting stalker charges. Like, okay, what's going on?
That was stalker watch,
right?
Yeah, but then, but I got into it thinking, okay, yeah, I can deal with this,
right?
With me, but then your feelings get involved, and now you like, nah, man, I can't do this. You with John this day and Tim the next day, and I mean, where my time at? But you agreed to this, boo. No, I can't do this, and that's what happens.
Yeah, because
But
like when
I
go
think
ahead.
more women. But I think more women will be. I'm going to change him. I'm going to become number one. I'm going to make him love me.
I gotta disagree with that, Reese, and I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you why. Because it's more men with multiple wives than there are women with multiple husbands. So
Ho-
apparently
ho-
the women that are into it, they don't feel that way.
Hold on.
None of them feel, because unless you're wife number one, if you're coming in as an additional wife, you ain't gonna change nothing. He already started it. And that's, I mean, there are some that it's 5 and more. And then
Yeah,
it's
but
some
see,
where it's
I read up on it, and it's a lot of women. They just don't speak on it. They don't. I'm telling you, like
right, but
just
I mean,
read.
just to his question though, he was
Yeah, but I'm
saying
saying is there's
that
a
a woman
lot
would
of
feel like she's gonna change him. I don't think that that's the case. They go into
no,
it knowing, and they're okay with it until any issues, if some arise, until they arise. Go ahead,
because
Nicole.
like even watching the AJ thing, I went and like researched some stuff on it because I just thought, whew, like because I'm like, you're a life coach, like what are you telling me? But I went and researched on it. It's a lot of women that it's more of a ego thing for them too. It's more of a, how I'm gonna play with fire until it burn the house down, not just till I get burnt, but it's gonna burn the whole house down. So they just don't say, you just don't know it. Like it's a lot of women that spoke on it that say, yeah, they got, I'm married to this man, I've been with this man 50 years, but I still go sleep with this person.
Right.
Regardless if it's a woman or a man, I still go sleep, but they don't speak on it. So you'll never know.
Right. Right.
So like with men, it's an ego thing, but also with women, it's like just a couple of interviews that I heard, that looking up on it, it's an ego thing. This one lady said she did it until she got caught.
Right,
she was in a relationship. She was in a relationship. This man knew she was married. Her husband was the only one that didn't know. But then when she got caught, and the husband said, "I'm okay with it," because when she got caught, she had to explain to him how long she was doing it.
Right, and I agree with you, but you're talking about something a little bit different. He was talking about women that will marry a man that's into a poly relationship or polygamy, thinking I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna change him. You're talking about somebody getting a sneaky leak on the side thing. I do believe that sometimes they can be a bit ego, especially when you're feeling deprived in other areas.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's how it starts. It's these relationships. That's how they start. Or you got a relationship, you got a man and a woman, a couple to go out, and they just, I don't know how they get the guts to do it, but they just approach somebody with
that's
it because
swinging, right? That's
swinging. And next thing, like that's how it all started out.
Open marriages and swinging, right? You got the open marriage part where we got disagreement. You allowed to, but we got to talk about it first. We don't keep no secrets. Blah 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 blah. So that's something separate. Then you got the swingers where they go looking for someone that they can be with together, or a couple that they can be with together.
Because this is an African American couple.
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 wives. That's how they started out.
Right.
But she has now his rules and regulations. I can't do it all together, but just like some of his rules, I'm just like, how? Like, it got so crazy that the first wife had to sit at the second wedding when he married his second wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if
she was a bridesmaid in the third wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But again, wife.
That's the agreement.
And she's an African American. I was like, you stupid.
We gonna close this one up and move on to the next conversation. But on your last closing thoughts on this, Reese, let's start with you.
I just think stay with myself, stay with one, keep it easy, and you don't have to worry about nothing. The headache of trying to run from one to another. Like I say, I think that dude was a sex addict. He had to have more than one, and I think a lot of times that's what it is. You got to have that continual sexual fantasy or whatever But hey, I don't need it that bad. I give me 3 or 4 days a week and we straight.
If they do it 3 or 4 times a week and keep you young, add 5 to 7 years to your life.
Nicole, what's your thoughts, baby?
Yeah. When I first seen the AJ thing, I was judging. I really was. I'll be honest. And I'm like, you're a life coach and you're promoted. Like I'm for a bucket list, get things off, but a threesome, like, come on, like. Before I read up on it, I did not really think it was going down in African American culture. But once I read up on it and I seen how many, because you believe in the not believe, but you hear about the concubines out there in Africa and all, and the Muslims have different, multiple wives or whatever. And I was just like, oh, that was a religious thing. No, people just doing it just to be doing it.
Well, but also you have to understand it's cultural. Now,
Yeah.
the same way I had a lot of people in poly approach me, I've had a lot of Africans. Some of those things are culture. It is
Right.
It's thousands of years of culture. It's not just the freaky stuff. So for me, my closing thoughts would be having studied about it before I was approached. Having really looked into it after being approached, I do know that for the majority of people, it's not like one of the brothers that was asking, where it's sex driven. It really is a cultural, it's a mindset, it's a way of having a family life. And for many people, it's incredibly successful. For some, it's not that successful, but for many it is. For me, I don't think I could. I ain't gonna never say never, but Nikki don't like to share. I don't like to share like that. I don't. And my last thing on that is I asked one of them, I said, okay, so one of the things I want to do is travel a lot. What happens when I want to travel while you having your days with the other person? And it's like he never even thought about that. You just assume, no. See, I have to give up a lot, but you get more. I don't know. But we're going to move on. I don't know, because I can talk about that all day, not knowing, going back and forth. So here is, okay. So many responses in my DMs about this one. So many. What do y'all think about women proposing to men? Are you with that? Are you with that? Y'all, there's so many responses. I need some wine for that one. A lot of men were kind of mixed on it that was in the DMs. A lot of them was like, yeah. Because me and I always got to do something she could do. But a lot of them was like, that just takes it. It's a whole turn off because of the masculinity thing and the role reversal type thing. So, and that's just kind of a synopsis of some of the stuff that was said. It's not everybody's opinion. What are y'all thoughts on it? What do y'all feel about women proposing to men?
I think it's expected, but I also think that.
You think it's expected?
For a man to propose?
No. How do you feel about a woman
proposing to a man?
A woman,
no. Okay, I'm
where
sorry.
was you at when the picture was up? When we done talked about this recently.
Already thinking about my next answer.
Well, why are you still thinking? Let me tell you.
Okay.
It ain't happening over here.
Yeah, and because it's not expected.
Go ahead.
It's not expected of a woman to do it. Because, like I said, it just goes back to tradition and everything that we have come to know that a man is supposed to propose to a woman. But what happened to when the bride's parents supposed to pay for the wedding? Everything is out the window after the man proposed. But that's the one thing that we stick to. A man proposed to a woman, but everything else is as we go along.
Yeah.
So I just think, like they say, equality and women rights and everything that. So I don't think it's wrong. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she chooses to, you have a lot of strong-minded women, like, it doesn't matter because this is what I want to do. And so I don't feel it's wrong if she does it. But like I said, it's more expected of a man to go to a woman and ask her. So
well, how would you feel if the roles had been flipped and your now wife had gotten down on her knee and asked you to marry her?
I don't think I would have. I don't think just being a man. I think no, I should have done that because, like you say, it's just something that's been done. I even went to my wife's father and her brother because I need their permission first. I like this is tradition. This is how you're supposed to do it. You get the permission of the parents, then you ask her, not just go and ask her. So I took the steps, okay, because I'm thinking, okay, you do this, then you do this, but society has changed so much that is I don't think I can look bad upon it if someone did it. I wouldn't do it. I would rather for me to do it because I feel I'm the man that's going to be the man of the house and we equal. But it's just I think it's something that we always feel in our head. That's the job of a man to propose to a woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did you propose to your wife?
We was sitting at
All right,
home.
thank you.
All right, we were sitting at home, and I went to her mom and dad's house, and her dad and her brother was there, and I talked to them first, and her dad said, as
Hey,
long as y'all
Queen.
are,
Her dad said what?
he said, as long as y'all know that this is what you want, he said, I'm in agreement with it. He said, you seem like a nice young man, and you've been around the family, you done met a lot of people. He said, so yeah, you have my blessings. And I said, okay. So then I left his house and I went to her house, and her mom was there because everybody I told to go to the house. And as she was sitting in the house, and everybody was like, what's going on? So I came in and I said, well, look, I know you wanted me to get you a bike because so we can go ride and exercise together, but they didn't have no other bike. So I decided to get you this. And I got on one knee and I opened it up. Everybody went crazy and everything. So it was like, okay. So
that's so cute. So you had already told everybody to be there that day, or it was a surprise for everybody?
It was a surprise. They didn't know what was going on. Only I
Okay.
think the kids knew what was going on, but
Wow.
her mom was there. Her mom like, what's going on? What happened in here? And I already had told her brother and her dad because I have just left their house, and so I went, and that's how it happened.
Yeah. So we're gonna wait for Nicole. When she gets back, she can give us her. Oh,
sorry, duty called.
Okay. So your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm traditional. Like I feel like within a year you'll know if you want to marry me. So like I've given a lot of guys a lot of years and it didn't happen. But so now, like I said, I made myself a priority and a standard. So we're not gonna date that long before and you're gonna ask me. I'm not putting no pressure on you, but in the beginning I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, I'm not trying to do this dating thing long. I'm gonna put it out there. But yeah, no, I ain't judging nobody if they do it. That's what you do. But me, I'm just traditional. I believe in if you're gonna lead this thing, you're gonna lead it. Mm-hmm. I guess because when I'm in a relationship, I let a man be a man. Mm-hmm. And I'll let him lead. Now, when you start going left, then I'm gonna pull your shirt, your coattail, and be like, "Hey, we gotta go back the other way."
So I have another question, but before I get to that one, Nicole, I'm gonna ask you this: since you wanted to stay traditional, you want to be asked, does it have to be done in the traditional? He got to get down on his knee because that's not biblical. That's societal.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna let him however he want to do it. But however he want to do it, he can do it. If we just laying in the bed and he reach over and in the thing, now okay, wait. I need it to be some kind of romantic. Don't just be like, here, we getting married. We getting married in 6 months. But I want you to be, I want you to put some thought in it. But it don't have to be no grand thing. It don't have to be with my family. It could be just, hey, let's just go ahead and do this thing.
Yeah.
We've been dating for this long. We know each other. I'm ready to get married. Let's do this thing.
Yeah. So I know women do ask men. It's not as widely done as men asking women. But the first time I actually saw it happen was on TV with Chrissy Lampkin as
Yeah.
Jim Jones.
Don't. Yeah.
And she asked because I think that was like
They've
that
been
was,
there. They've
I
been
think
dating
that
for
was
over
in
10
20
years.
they had that was in 2012. They had been together since like 2004. She was kind of getting tired of waiting. So she asked. And I remember thinking in that moment, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm tired of waiting. Oh, but him down.
Everybody falling.
You've been distressed. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. I don't want to be in a situation where we've been together for so long. I've been your long time living girlfriend for so long, or even if we don't live together, that I'm tired of waiting. So I'm going to ask you. And he looked super uncomfortable that day she asked. I'm not judging the situation, I'm just presenting it to ask this question. And I'm asking y'all out here in the fam in the comments too. What's too long for you to be waiting on someone now? I understand you can't really necessarily give me a straight up answer, some of you, because you don't know how long a relationship may take to blossom. But from
Right.
2004 to I think it was 2012 when she asked, but from 2004, 10 some years later, would you allow yourself to stay in a situation where you're so frustrated that you like, well, let me go on and ask, or would you leave? Like, what's too long for you?
I think honestly, I think within a year you should know if I want to be married. But okay, so I'm gonna have the men back on this one because some women allow men to get so comfortable that they don't ask. They feel, and because when some women don't vocal because and I can speak for myself because I used to do that. I wouldn't be like, I don't want to pressure him and be like, hey, when we gonna get married? Let's get married. I'm out here putting co-signing for cars. We renting apartments together. We doing all this stuff. We playing house. I'm taking care of your kids, and I never was like. I never put me first. You know what I'm saying? I just let him get so comfortable that when we broke up, he was with a girl, a year? And he married her. Right. Why? Because he put that requirement on him.
Right. So for you, what's too long for Nicole?
I probably give a year and a half.
Okay.
It all depends, really, it depends on where we at in the life. But see, now I'm older. You know what I'm saying? Now the old Nicole, you still trying to get yourself together. Now I'm 43. Bruh, we need to be already somewhere together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you gotta have this lush business or whatever, but you gotta know what you gotta be doing what you want to do in life.
Right.
So yeah, within a year, you should know, hey.
Okay, so the reason I asked the question is because Chrissy didn't let him get comfortable. She was constantly telling him.
But that was the problem.
What we doing? So hold on. Let me finish. Okay. So it got to the point where no matter what she said, no matter how she pressed, no matter how she pushed, he still didn't ask. So she finally did. So again, what's too long? Now I know Ashley said here that for her husband asked her at about 10 months and they were engaged for a year before they got married. Pam said when she first met her husband, he called her wife. I do know that story. I let them know up front that I date to marry. Right. And so, Shawn, okay, if you weren't married, for you, for your own self, how long do you think, what, I don't even know how I should ask this question.
How long did you date before you married your wife or proposed to your wife?
No, not her. No, I want to take her out the picture. Before you felt, I don't know, did you feel a pressure to ask her? Or was this, I really love her, I want this woman in my life forever?
Well, to tell you the truth on that, before when me and my wife started dating, I said, God, please, the woman that I marry, I want to get along with her family first. Well, us get along first. for us to have things in common, for me to get along with her family and her kids, and I don't like arguing. So when I got those things, and I'm like, wow. And I never forget, it was on my birthday. I had went out. I didn't come in at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went to her mom. Yeah, that I know. So I went to her mom's house that morning, and this is before we was married. And as soon as I drove up, her brother said, "Man, you in trouble?"
That part.
And I said, "Oh, damn." So I went in there, and I could see her face like this. And she said, she left. She said, "Follow me to my house." I said, "Oh, damn." I said, "Here it is." So we went to her house, and she said, "Look, I'm not trying to keep up with you or track you down every. Just let me know you're okay." She said, "You could have had the decency to call me and just let me know you're okay. That's all I needed to know." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Well, you look tired. Come in here and lay down." I went in there and laid down. She took my shoes off and put me in the bed, but my mind is still open because I like this a trick. I said, she gonna stab me.
I'll
And
wake up without a foot. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and I'm looking and I see the door and it closed, but I'm so tired. I like, you know what? I got to go to sleep. I slept maybe 2 hours and I woke up and she had fixed me lunch. And I'm like, man, if you mess past this up, you a fool. So that was March,
Mhm.
and in May I proposed to her because I'm
Okay.
like, that's all I got was just let me know you're okay. It wasn't no big argument or anything like that. I said, you know what, this is it.
Okay. I
So we
like that you had your I had the word a second ago, but you had your what your wants and your needs were already in your head. So when you found a woman that was, I guess, that met those or that met up to them, that was it for you. Ashley says 2 years is enough time for her. For me, I don't have a specific time, but I will say this, and this is going to kind of push us into the next question I want to ask y'all. I don't want to shack up with nobody. I don't
Right.
want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I don't want to shack up with nobody. I want to be courted. I want to be dated. You have your place. I have my place. You're welcome to come over. I'll come to yours. We'll go do things together. I don't want to shack. I personally don't. I've done that before. And for me, especially if it's at the beginning, now you're trying to build something because you're here versus us working towards something together. So I know I don't want to do that. And then two, to me, that puts a pressure because for Nikki, I'm gonna be okay. So when it's been how many months? And I don't want you asking me out of pressure. I don't want you asking me out of obligation or duty. I want you to ask me because you have gone to God. You know what you want. You have prayed, and I am what you prayed for. And He's told you that I'm your wife because I am a wife. I am a wife. When you meet me, I'm a wife. You'll know if I'm yours or not, and I'm gonna know if you're my husband. But I don't want any man asking me out of being compelled or because I know I've been sleeping here for 6 months. I'm gonna have to go. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Fact. Period. Ashley said, "Facts and facts." That part. An eye-opening experience will wake you up quick. That was for you, Reese. That was for you. So here's what I want us to talk about now. What are y'all non-negotiables when it comes to relationships? I just told
it looked
She
like me
froze.
froze a little bit, but
Yeah, she froze. There she goes. She
yeah,
back. I can't hear you.
your mic muted. Your mic muted.
It says your mic is muted.
But she said the
can you
non-negotiables, I
hear me
guess.
now?
Yeah,
Okay,
we hear
there we
you
go.
now.
But I cannot hear y'all. So I'm going to leave you with this question and then I'm going to have to come back in. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to relationships? I just told you one of mine is I don't want to shack up. I'm going to go out and come back in because I cannot hear y'all.
All
Talk.
right.
Go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Um, let's see. One of my non-negotiables. Again, I'm a big sticker about being a priority. You ain't gotta call me every day, but I need to know that I crossed your mind. I need to know, like, if I need you, that I can count. Like, I have to be a priority. Like, I don't have to be like, it could be your mom, your kids, then me, but I have to be in the top 3. Because your priority, you're going to prioritize your time. You're going to give me your time. So it's going to be that. Like, you're going to be my shoulder when I need you. I mean, the same thing for me. I'm going to make you a priority. So I expect you to make me a priority. I think that's where a lot of my relationships failed at, because they didn't make me a priority. Hey, Ricky.
What's up, Rick? Yeah. Well, as for me, um, I'm not a person to fuss. I feel communication is one of the biggest priorities for me, because if we can talk about it, come to an understanding, because 9 times out of 10 it's a communication issue or a misunderstanding that you thought I might have said something away that I didn't mean. So once we talk about it and come to an understanding, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, you're right. But if every time something happened, it runs into a big argument and a fuss, and we
Right.
sitting there, I'm not gonna sit there and fuss with you. I shut down, because fussing, it gives me headaches, and that's just the way I am. I don't like fussing. Communication to me is a big part of, I think, a relationship. And like my grandma always told me, never go. Probably a lot of grandparents and older people never go to bed
Thank
angry.
you.
So
Sorry.
you know, to have all those things in a relationship, arguing, I think
Yeah.
that's non-negotiable. That's I'm not doing that. If it's we always got to fuss, that means we don't need to be together.
Because
I
I'm
hate
like,
that.
one thing
I hate
I've
that.
learned that when like, I always look at a lot of my relationships and not say like it was a mistake or stuff like that. I look at it as, it's my growing, the path of me maturing and growing. Because I used to be the ones that used to love to start an argument, but I never stayed around for the argument. I would just ghost them. Like, it is what it is. Like, I tell you how I feel and that's it. So like, that's why I said, like, I need you to make me a priority, because I feel like I put it all in together. Because if you make me a priority, that means you will protect me from, like, if we have a disagreement, like, you will come across and be respectful for one, but two, you'll protect my feelings. Not saying that you're gonna spare me and sugarcoat everything, but it won't be, your delivery won't be as harsh as if it was somebody that you didn't care about, or they wasn't one of your top 3. It'd just be like, yeah, it is what it is, and I stand behind this, and is, you know what I'm saying? You would never take my feelings into consideration.
I want somebody. I didn't get to hear all of your non-negotiables, and I'm so sorry. To answer your question, Ricky, he's not here today. He'll be here next time. And I want to say this before I forget: there will not be a show next week because of Super Bowl. Your girl got to watch the Super Bowl. I know y'all probably watching it too, but I love football and I love the Super Bowl, so there will not be a show next week. I agree with you on the communication that you were talking about, Reese. But one of my non-negotiables is please do what you say you're gonna do.
Right.
Or just don't lie and say you're gonna do it. And it could be something basic and simple. Because I've said 1,000 times, I listen with my eyes. And so if you tell me you're gonna do something, okay, and I'm okay. Now, when you don't do it, when somebody deflects onto other people, I can't stand that. Matter of fact, I had somebody to do it early. I'm going to talk about it briefly. If they watch it, oh well. Someone, when I was at the end of having COVID, some of y'all know I'm still dealing with the cough and the stuff that comes with it. When they last spoke to me, I was not feeling good that particular day. And their phone lost Wi-Fi. So they were like, I'm going to call you back. Go ahead and do what you need to do and feel better. I'm going to call you back later. Later is a week and some change later. He calls today and was like, so you don't care about me no more.
I hate them.
And
Oh God, I hate them.
I said, and you're saying that because, and he was like, I ain't heard nothing from you. You ain't called and checked on me. You ain't text. I'm sorry. I was the one that was sick last time we called. You said you were going to call back. And instead of we just talking like it didn't happen, or you saying, I'm sorry, it automatically went on me. I'm going to tell you what I can't stand, and that's that.
Yeah,
Cannot
because
stand it.
I got one of them this week. It's like out the clear blue, like I text you in January, the second week of January, and then here it is the first week
First week
in
of
February, and you
and you
say
gonna get a response.
you get a text message that says, "Why do you act like you don't want to talk to me?" And I'm like, I ain't gonna call you tell you what I called them, but dude, what are you talking about? Because that's why I said priority is a thing for me. Like time is a thing for me because you only call me when you want on your time.
Yeah.
Dude, I am not trying to be your trophy.
Yeah.
First of all, I ain't trying to be in a relationship with you. So if you're watching, please stop texting me. But two, I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you. Like, I'm trying to be your friend.
It's not one of your cousin best friends, is it?
No,
Oh
no,
yeah.
he don't know
And
nobody
he
in
shall
the
watch
family.
this later and call you. Okay, so let's give one more, and then I have one last question we're gonna end off with. What's another non-negotiable for you, Reese?
Non-negotiable. Like I said, my biggest thing was communication. Um, there's not too much that I can't. I guess respect me as I respect you,
Yeah.
and I mean taking consideration how I feel. I mean, it can be as simple as if I come home and put your meal on the table and I sort it out for you, have that same respect for me to come home, put my mail where I can find it instead of it's thrown in a box somewhere. And I'm like, where's my mail? I don't know, but you went to the mailbox. Okay, but I don't know what I did with it. But if I put something down and it's yours, I'm gonna leave it right there where you put it. Not come put my stuff somewhere because you want to get it out the way, and before I know it, it's in the garage somewhere. So respect my stuff as I respect yours, or
Yeah.
just respect. Period.
Yeah. Nicole, you
Yeah, I
okay?
was saying, you all right? You looking for something down there? I
No,
was like,
my hair was touching my shirt. So, okay.
oh, oh,
Right. Be
the
careful
midget had
next
ran
time,
down there
because
stuff.
you know. Yeah. Nicole, what's one more non-negotiable for you?
Make me secure. Like I gotta be secure with you. Like when I say be secure, like not go out here trying to be macho man or whatever. But you gotta make me feel like I can be safe. Like emotionally, I can when we have pillow talk, I don't need you to throw back in my face what I tell you. If I come home and say I'm having a bad day and you ask me why and I tell you, or if I'm trying to give you some insight about what I'm not happy about in a relationship, don't throw it back in my face. I want to be like, I want our conversation. I want to feel safe with you.
Yeah.
First time you turn around and throw something in my face, regardless if I come home and everybody know how I feel about some people in my family, I will talk about them. But then when we get in an argument, you turn around and tell me that's why your mama this and that, and I'm like, whoa. Whoa,
Yeah,
like that
throwing
was
stuff
pillow
back
talk.
up at you.
Yeah, the security is a big thing for me.
Yeah. My next one, I don't know if it's a non-negotiable or a pet peeve. Listen. Stop asking for money. There's nothing like a dude that want to talk to you but trying to be in your purse or pocketbook, depending on what part of US you from, and trying to be in your purse at the same time. And I'm sure men may feel the same way, but every time we turn around, you're asking for something, but you give nothing. And that could go for somebody trying to date you. That could go for a family member. That could be for your friend. I'm going to need you to stop always asking. Here's the thing when it comes to dating. I don't know if this crop of people know this that's out here in dating land. How you date someone or attempt to date someone, how you treat them. For Nikki is the indication of how you would be with me if I was in a relationship with you. So if the dating part ain't going to get, or the The preliminary dating part is not going good. What makes you think I want to go deeper? I want
Right.
to go straight commitment. What makes you think that? And then you got the nerve to be talking about potential marriage. I'm sorry. Because what you're showing me right now is
So what is a
it's
must
some
have?
shit dick. What's a
What
what?
is a must have? What is a must have
What's
in
a must
dating?
have in a relationship? Oh Lord, it's a lot. Not a lot, and it's a hard, unreasonable list. But oh, what would be one of them? Somebody that knows how to listen, hear me, see me, but hear. And whatever you do, I'm gonna help a whole bunch of people. Whatever you do, when I tell you something, don't ignore it. Don't overtalk me, and then don't tell me what I'm feeling is not valid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Cause I got a real good shutdown game. It's really good. My cutoff game is really good. I don't have it's enough to be vulnerable and to try to trust you in this moment, in this space of vulnerability. And then I tell you something from my heart and you treat it like it's nothing, or you overtalk me, you don't listen, or you don't validate, and you don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with Shawn that hat he has on is blue. I can argue with him that it's yellow. But what he wants to be is okay. Okay, I hear you, Nikki. But did you hear what I said? It's blue. Okay, I hear you, Shawn. I do hear that you say it's blue. But to tell you a lie, that ain't how you feel. What?
Yeah.
And I think
That ain't what you thinking. What? It
what
absolutely is. This is
and what
absolutely how I feel. And you want to argue me down on how I feel, or you want to deflect. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. So that will be my answer. Go ahead.
and I think that's so important, like you said, to listen
Right.
and to and a lot of people is it's like you so hard to buy for, you so hard to do it. No, you don't. Just listen. I mean, it's like if somebody was having a conversation, they wanted ice cream, and we was just out one day and we were riding, just strolling around, and let's get some ice cream. You're like, wow, you remembered. It's just the point of listening. So it's not that you got to try to show off or do anything, but just those little things to show
Thank
the
you,
person
Ricky.
the those little things to show them that you're listening.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's not always the big thing, just those small things to say, even when you don't think I'm listening, I'm listening.
Right.
I had somebody very sweet, very special do that for me one day. It was just in regular conversation, and they heard. I didn't even think they heard, but they did, and I got just that. I did. Go ahead, Nicole.
Mine had to be you got to be spontaneous. Like you have to, like you got to be adventurous because that's just me. Like sometimes I love adventurous stuff. Like I don't do roller coasters, but I do like okay, like first time I went to Vegas, we went out to in the desert, rode ATVs. Like I had a ball. Like I need a guy just because like you ain't gotta spend like money on me, but send me a card, send me a sweet text. Like, baby, I'm thinking about you. I
Yeah,
need that in my life. Like the just because I feel like I do stuff just because it's you. It's just because of how I feel about you.
hmm,
Like I'll pick up the phone, hey babe, I'm just calling you, let you know I'm thinking about. I, to me, that's one of my must have. You have to. You do. People say,
yeah,
Nicole, you need a lot of attention, but no, I don't. I just want you to think about me and say, hey, have a good day.
yeah. You want to feel like you've been considered.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that. I feel that. So I'll leave my last question for our next show because I like the way you just threw that one in there, Nicole, to kind of round off the conversation. What are y'all final thoughts for today before we let the good people go?
Well, my final thought is just be considerate for other people, their feelings and everything, because you're not always right. Um, Sometimes when everybody else is saying the same thing about you, that means you need to look at yourself like, if everybody else feel the same way, maybe I'm wrong. Have an open mind about things. Don't be always the person to always to try to disagree and make yourself right, because everybody don't like to argue and fuss. Some people just want to be happy and live life and keep it going. So I just say everybody just have an open mind and enjoy life.
I love that. Call it go.
Well, let's see. We can talk about the topics tonight that we had tonight. Like I said, it's good to do research on a lot of stuff. I mean, like I said, going in when I first sent you the link to the interview, and I just read the headline of it.
Right.
I judged her because I was like, oh no, like yeah, when I turned 50, that's not on my bucket list. But you read it into it, I understand. And like it's a lot of people, you would think, we typically say it's a Caucasian thing, but like read it into it's a lot of African Americans that's out here doing it. And it made me think about me, and then like I even researched it on people that have gotten out of those kind of situations, and it made me think about myself. You know what I'm saying? And it was an ego thing, and again, I did some soul searching for myself. But then two, the engagement thing. Hey, to each his own. I just know I can't. I'm not gonna say I can't. I won't do it because I feel like a man should do. Now, Sean, when you talk about the bride's parents should pay for the wedding, I know my mama. I don't want her to have no parts of it because somebody gonna be broke. So therefore, I will pay for we will pay for our wedding. So, but yeah, I think I'm excited for whoever my husband is, how he's gonna propose to me and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna be looking for the wedding but I'm more excited about the marriage part because I feel like I've grown as an adult, as a woman, and I know what I want, and I know God's gonna send me what I want. And then the third one, the non-negotiables. Yeah, I need for everybody to hey James, I don't know who you are, but hey.
Buddy, hey brother, go ahead.
But yeah, people just need to set standards for themselves, and don't back down from it. Be open-minded about it, but just don't. If you really like I want my husband to love God. I really want him to love God. I want him to have the same Christianity that I got, same religion that I have. But if God decides to send somebody that's like I might be Kojic and he be Baptist, I'm open-minded about that.
I'm gonna need the denomination not to be fighting.
So, but yeah, like just set standards for yourself. That's it.
Well, James, hello. I'm sorry you came at the end of the show, but thank you for coming. Thank you for also recommending to the young lady that commented under the post when you shared it. This has been a wonderful show. We have talked about a lot of stuff. I think everything we talked about was centered around relationships. We went from marriages, plural marriages, to we ended with our non-negotiables. So my last thing I would like to say to end the show would be what we do every week, and that's to end the show with the word for the week. I'm gonna kind of take a piece of what Reese said earlier. Since we were talking about relationships today, I would say just know what you want, whether it's romantic, friendship, business, know what you want. And it's okay if you don't know. Maybe you need to take a couple of days and some time just to figure out what it is you want for your life, where you see your life going. And then that way you can start vetting. That was the word I was trying to remember I was going to say earlier. You can start vetting accordingly. Even vetting yourself, even vetting some of the decisions that you're making, the money that you're spending. Do you need to get your credit together, get your business credit up? Do you need to be saving for that home? Like, figure out what it is you want so you can start vetting through life better, especially when it comes to those relationships, because who wants to end up with heartbreak? And sometimes it is unavoidable. Sometimes God will break your heart to save your life. I'm a witness to it. But if you can avoid just by knowing what you want, and you can proceed accordingly. That would be what I would like to leave you guys with. Thank you to all of our fam in the audience. Y'all held it down. Great comments. Nicole, Reese, thank y'all so much. Y'all know y'all my babies. I love y'all. Again, we're not going to be here next week. because your girl gonna be watching Super Bowl. So we have plenty of episodes that you can catch on YouTube. Matter of fact, let me throw this at y'all so y'all do not forget. You can catch all of the replays as well as us streaming live on our YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like our Facebook and Instagram pages. Don't forget to share, tag a friend, and if you have an idea that you want us to share our POV about, or if you would like to join us on stage and co-host with us, then please hit me up at nikkiking@gmail.com. Don't forget you can find your girl, the Obstacle Overcomer podcast, at the obstacleovercomer.com. You can find the podcast anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, but you can also watch it live on YouTube. With that being said, I think we have one more comment that came in. Thank you, Ricky. Ricky, can't you see?
Wait, do he
I
mean
appreciate
me? Do he mean me or you? No, I'm joking.
Anywho, with that being said, we love you guys so much, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. I think it is.
Yep.
Y'all, is that it? Can we drop the mic? Are we good?
We good.
All right. I will see you guys in the back, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Love y'all. We're out.